There's no chance, right?
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, seems like Blake Lively reconciling with Taylor Swift won't be happening anytime soon.
Phone a friend, shoot a text, baby.
According to new reporting from Extra, sources close to the situation insist that the widely discussed reconciliation phone call between Swift and Lively never happened. The outlet reported that stories claiming Swift personally contacted Lively to repair their friendship were inaccurate and that no such call was made. The story gained traction after several entertainment reports suggested Swift had reached out to Lively amid ongoing discussion about their reportedly strained friendship. Some reports even claimed the conversation was connected to speculation surrounding a possible future wedding between Swift and NFL star Travis Kelce. Other stories suggested Lively might receive a wedding invitation as part of an effort to rebuild the relationship. Those reports generated intense discussion among fans because the friendship between Swift and Lively had long been viewed as one of Hollywood's strongest celebrity relationships. For years, the two appeared together publicly, exchanged supportive messages online, and maintained close personal ties. Sources speaking to Extra reportedly stated that no reconciliation phone call took place and that stories suggesting Swift had reached out were false. Similar reports from other outlets also claimed Swift had not contacted Lively and that the friendship had not yet returned to its previous state. Additional coverage published this week noted that despite widespread rumors, there remains little public evidence that the pair have fully repaired their relationship. Over the course of the legal proceedings, Swift's name surfaced repeatedly in media reports and court-related discussions. The resulting attention reportedly placed strain on the friendship, though neither Swift nor Lively has publicly provided a detailed explanation regarding the current status of their relationship. Because many court documents and related communications became public during the dispute, the controversy generated months of headlines and fueled ongoing speculation about the impact on Swift and Lively's friendship. The reconciliation story became even more complicated when conflicting reports emerged regarding Swift's rumored wedding plans. Some outlets reported that Swift had extended an invitation to Lively as a peace offering and that the two women were gradually rebuilding their friendship. Other outlets reported exactly the opposite, claiming Lively had not been invited and that Swift still wanted distance from the controversy. More recent reports have leaned toward the latter version, indicating that no invitation has been confirmed and that reports of renewed contact may have been exaggerated. Supporters of both celebrities have spent weeks analyzing media reports, social media activity, and public appearances for clues. Every new report has generated another round of debate regarding whether the friendship can be repaired or whether the two stars have permanently drifted apart. Entertainment commentators note that celebrity friendships often become difficult to evaluate because much of the information comes from unnamed sources rather than direct statements from the individuals involved. As a result, contradictory narratives can circulate simultaneously. Neither Swift nor Lively has publicly confirmed the current status of their friendship. The headline claiming that Blake Lively never received a reconciliation phone call from Taylor Swift is supported by several recent entertainment reports. While earlier stories suggested the pair had spoken and begun repairing their friendship, newer reporting states that no such call occurred and that claims of a reconciliation may have been premature. Until either Swift or Lively publicly addresses the situation, the true state of their friendship remains uncertain. What is clear is that the story continues to attract enormous public interest, fueled by lingering questions about their relationship, the aftermath of the It Ends With Us legal controversy, and ongoing speculation surrounding Swift's future wedding plans. Taylor Swift and Blake Lively have not, according to one report, repaired their friendship after months of speculation, with Extra saying no reconciliation phone call took place ahead of Swift's wedding rumors. The feud, which has been dragged into the It Ends With Us legal saga, remains unresolved and publicly messy. For context, the chatter about a possible thaw picked up after reports claimed the pair had quietly reopened lines of communication, even hinting that Lively might make Swift's wedding guest list. That version of events has now been knocked back by a competing source, which says there was no call at all, just more anonymous noise around two women whose private messages have already been hauled into court. The latest twist arrived after weekend reports suggested Swift and Lively were edging towards a reconciliation, with talk of a phone call and even a possible wedding invite doing the rounds. Extra, however, said the opposite, reporting that the two did not have a reconciliation phone call and that claims of a recent reset were way off. That matters because the Swift-Lively fallout has become one of celebrity culture's more stubborn little obsessions. The friendship stopped looking carefree once Lively's legal battle with Justin Baldoni pulled Swift into the orbit of the It Ends With Us dispute, and private text exchanges later surfaced in court filings, turning a once glossy bond into public business. There is a slightly mad quality to the whole thing. One outlet says the friendship is healing, another says there has not even been the most basic let's talk moment. Neither side is putting a name to the claims, which is usually a clue that everyone involved would rather the internet calm the *** down. The tension is tied to the ongoing legal fight between Lively and Baldoni over It Ends With Us. Court documents and reporting around the case have shown that Swift's name entered the dispute because Lively identified her as someone likely to have knowledge about complaints or discussions relating to the film's workplace atmosphere. In June 2025, a judge ruled that Lively had to hand over relevant text messages with Swift to Baldoni's legal team after finding the exchanges could be pertinent to the case. The BBC reported that the judge said the discussions about the film set were relevant, while other outlets noted that the subpoena had been withdrawn but the push for messages continued through the discovery process. Then came the texts themselves, or at least the parts that became public. Variety reported in January that court documents showed Swift referring to Baldoni in unflattering language during a 2024 exchange with Lively, while Forbes and other outlets detailed how the private messages exposed the strain around the film dispute and the friendship that had once looked bulletproof. The reason this keeps running and running is simple enough. Swift's wedding to Travis Kelce has turned even the smallest social clue into supposed evidence, and that makes any whisper about Lively's place in the inner circle instantly headline material. If the pair appear together at a wedding-related event, the gossip machine will go into overdrive. If they do not, the reunion talk will probably fade, only to return a week later with fresh embroidery on top. For now, the only firm thing is the contradiction itself. One side of the story says there was progress, even hope. The other says there was no phone call, no reset, and no sign the friendship has actually moved anywhere at all. Until either woman, or someone close enough to speak plainly, says otherwise, the whole thing remains exactly what it looks like from the outside, a duel of unnamed sources and very expensive guessing. Rumors have been swirling for months that Taylor Swift and Blake Lively were working to mend their friendship, but a new report has thrown fresh doubt on the claims. Fans have been left wondering if the two longtime friends have truly reconnected, with conflicting reports and the ongoing legal battle over It Ends With Us continuing to tie their names together in headlines. Tired of? Recent reports suggested Swift and Lively had quietly rekindled their friendship, with some even speculating about a possible reconciliation ahead of Swift's widely rumored wedding plans with Travis Kelce. But that story has been questioned by a more recent report. According to the latest claims, the pair did not have a reconciliation phone call, and previous reports suggesting a recent breakthrough were described as way off. The conflicting reports have only added to the uncertainty surrounding one of Hollywood's most closely watched friendships. Neither Swift nor Lively has publicly commented on the latest speculation, leaving fans to rely on anonymous source reports that continue to tell different versions of the story. Their friendship has faced increased public scrutiny since Lively's legal battle with actor and director Justin Baldoni brought Swift into the conversation. What was once viewed as a close celebrity friendship has become intertwined with an ongoing legal dispute that continues to generate widespread media attention. The legal case surrounding It Ends With Us has contributed to keeping Swift's name in the headlines along with Lively's. In prior court filings, it was disclosed that communications involving Swift could be relevant to issues concerning the production, and efforts have been made in the discovery process to obtain some text messages. Rumors about Swift's personal life have also fueled public interest. There's been a steady stream of reports about her future with Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce, prompting endless talk about wedding plans, guest lists, and which of her inner circle might be involved. Swift and Kelce have not publicly confirmed any wedding plans or date despite all the speculation. There's no public confirmation that Swift and Lively have made up or that they've spoken on the phone recently. The latest reports are just the latest twist in a complex story fueled by legal proceedings, anonymous sources, and intense public interest. As for Swift and Lively's friendship, it's anyone's guess when the speculation about their relationship will die down, as it's unlikely to be put to rest until one of them decides to speak on it publicly, leaving fans watching closely for any sign the longtime friends have truly moved on. Blake Lively may not be on the guest list for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's much-discussed wedding, fueling fresh speculation about the status of the once-close friendship between the two stars. According to recent reports, Swift has reportedly decided not to invite Lively to the ceremony amid lingering tensions linked to the highly publicized legal controversy surrounding the film It Ends With Us. Sources quoted by multiple international outlets claim that Swift felt uncomfortable after her name became entangled in the legal dispute involving Lively and actor-director Justin Baldoni. Swift and Lively were long regarded as one of Hollywood's most beloved celebrity friendships. The pair first became friends in 2015 and were frequently seen together at public events, family gatherings, and celebrations over the years. Swift is also known to share a close bond with Lively's family, including husband Ryan Reynolds and their children. However, reports over the past year have indicated that the friendship cooled following legal proceedings related to It Ends With Us. Court documents and leaked communications reportedly brought Swift's name into the spotlight, leading to speculation that the singer felt drawn into a controversy she never intended to be part of. While some reports claim Swift has not attempted to repair the friendship and has chosen not to extend an invitation to Lively, others suggest the situation may be more complicated. Conflicting accounts indicate that reconciliation efforts may be underway, with some insiders alleging that Swift has already reached out and even extended a wedding invitation as a peace offering. The uncertainty has only intensified public interest in the rumored wedding, which is expected to attract just when fans thought the never-ending friendship drama between Taylor Swift and Blake Lively was heading toward a happy ending, a brand new report is throwing a giant bucket of cold water on the reconciliation rumors. Earlier this week, reports began circulating that Taylor and Blake were quietly finding their way back to each other after months of speculation surrounding their alleged fallout. According to one report from DailyMail.com that was published over the weekend, the longtime friends had supposedly started talking again, with insiders even suggesting Blake could score an invite to Taylor's upcoming wedding to Travis Kelce. Some sources went as far as claiming Blake had already picked out a dress for the occasion. Whoa. Now, a new report from the US Sun that was also published over the weekend and after the DM report is telling a very different story. According to their sources, there was no reconciliation phone call between Taylor and Blake at all, despite claims elsewhere that the pair had been testing the waters of a renewed friendship. For months, observers have been trying to figure out whether the friendship was merely on pause or completely over. And now we're getting dueling reports from different outlets that couldn't be more opposite if they tried. One camp says the friendship is healing. The other says there hasn't even been a reconciliation conversation. So who's right? At the moment, nobody outside Taylor and Blake's inner circle seems to know for sure, and they ain't talking. Or at least, they're not attaching their names to it besides being the ever-present anonymous sources telling opposite stories. So confusing. What's especially interesting is the timing. With wedding rumors surrounding Taylor and Travis reaching a fever pitch, every detail about the guest list has suddenly become headline news. If Blake were to appear at any wedding-related event, many fans would immediately take that as proof that the friendship is back on track. According to a Daily Mail report, Swift has reportedly reached out to Lively over the phone in what appears to be an effort to reopen lines of communication. The outreach is said to have included an invitation to her July 3rd wedding at New York's Madison Square Garden, a move interpreted as a sign that reconciliation may no longer be off the table. Sources described the recent exchanges as tentative but positive, with the two said to be testing the waters after a difficult period. One insider suggested that Lively could be nearing a second chance in Swift's inner circle, noting that conversations between them have remained informal as trust is slowly rebuilt. Another source added that Lively is reportedly keen to attend the wedding, with her public image said to be a factor in her desire not to be excluded from such a high-profile event. However, not all reports align with that narrative. A separate update cited by Extra claims that talk of a reconciliation call between Swift and Lively is inaccurate, stating that rumors of them clearing the air following Lively's legal issues involving Justin Baldoni are way off, with insiders confirming no such conversation took place. Once considered one of Hollywood's closest friendships, Swift and Lively's bond is said to have cooled amid legal tensions connected to Lively's film It Ends With Us and disputes involving co-star and director Justin Baldoni. During the situation, Lively reportedly referred to Swift as one of her dragons and involved her in discussions around on-set disagreements. The issue escalated further when Baldoni's legal team subpoenaed communications, bringing Swift into the wider dispute. Reports at the time suggested Swift was surprised to learn her name had been used in contexts she wasn't aware of, leaving her feeling exploited by someone she had considered a close friend. Additional reports also claimed Swift was unaware of a key meeting held at Lively's New York penthouse, where script-related decisions were discussed, further deepening the sense of distance between them. Travis Kelce are expected to marry on July 3rd at Madison Square Garden, with guest lists reportedly ranging between 1,100 and 1,200 people. The venue itself holds personal significance for Swift, who has performed there multiple times throughout her career. Given the scale and attention surrounding the event, security and privacy are being treated as top priorities. Plans reportedly include tinted transport buses, secured underground parking, and tightly controlled entry points to limit paparazzi exposure. Among those expected on the guest list are Zoe Kravitz, Ed Sheeran, Cherry Seaborn, Suki Waterhouse, Benson Boone, and members of the Hayam family. Lakshana is an entertainment and lifestyle journalist with over a decade of experience. She covers a wide range of stories, from community and health to mental health and inspiring people features. A passionate K-pop enthusiast, she also enjoys exploring the cultural impact of music and fandoms through her writing.